Global Gardener at the New Orleans Train Garden. I saw this on the map and wondered what a train garden is. This is in the main city park where there actually is a model train that you can sit in and get a little ride around the park. And here's a model. What would that, if the one that you can actually ride on is a model train, what are the tiny trains? But it's like a little train town, and it only runs on Saturdays and Sundays, but as you can see, it's really well made and lots of track, and even complete with like the train depot, which it looks like they probably park in here, and you can give donations and things. And then they have real train paraphernalia. They have a timetable. That's funny. Passenger terminal. Oh, that must be an old one. Yeah, it's from 1962. That's funny. Anyway, here's some like old train paraphernalia that they grabbed from wherever. And stop, look, listen, Santa Fe line. And here's one that's been zip tied to an elevated track. It's probably not in use, but you can go out here to the middle of it and look all the way around. I guess we'll do that since we're here. Kansas City Southern Lines, Erie, like Erie Canal, Erie, and White Pass on the Yukon route, Great Northern Railway. These are all the signs that they have around the Milwaukee Road. Various buildings. I don't know if they're models of, well, it looks like it because of New Orleans, because there's the cemetery. There's a bunch of these kind of cemeteries here with the big mausoleum type resting places, resting permanently. So probably a great place for kids. City park. So 1,500 acres, that sign says. 100 years ago this park was put in, probably from a plantation. I didn't read the rest of it, but there's all plantations around here. City Park Railroad. Yeah, okay, these are different neighborhoods, and each one has a little different sign. Smoky Mary. Oh, that's the train maybe. So maybe they have models of the trains over here too. I don't know. That's really cute. Pretty adorable, actually. And admission to the Botanic Garden is free for residents, and don't actually know how much for non-residents because I just sort of like walked right through. So there was people at the desk, but I just figured, I don't know. We are touring together, you and I. So didn't really need to stop or get a map or anything because they always have maps inside the garden. This is a map of New Orleans by rail. So this must public railroad. Is there actually I know there's like not cable cars, but what are the trolley cars? There's cars on trains on cars, like slower, yeah, trolley trains downtown. That look like they go various places, but this looks very curvy compared to what I saw. So 1870s they were doing train stuff. Streetcars, here they are. 1884 at the New Orleans Cotton Centennial Exposition. First streetcars in 1893. 26 streetcar lines. So there you have it. It's trains and streetcars. I guess that's one thing you can do when you have like hurricanes that don't knock them out. Here's a succulent garden. Succulents, greenhouse. Very nice. Probably have to keep them drier because it's moist here. So this is a really neat fountain I've been wanting to get closer to. It has fire at the top. The fountain with the fire. Water and fire. That's lovely. Alrighty. And here's an obvious Japanese garden. You can tell when things are overly curated and have little roofy tops, but then there's alternate characters, non-Latin characters for the words of whatever this is. Japanese garden. Oh, everything very trimmed and occasionally flowering. Lots of bamboo and tiny little bamboo fountain things. Japanese Garden Society of New Orleans. That's cool. And there's that datura, or not that datura, but an angel's trumpet. We looked at the other angel's trumpet on the wall in the last video, in that gazebo. If you saw that video. So here's the angel's trumpet. Datura is what it used to be. Now it's Brugmansia, because the name's changed to protect the botanist jobs, apparently. The innocent botanists. This one's called Supernova is the variety, and don't particularly see any supernovas. And I think the flowers have mostly gone to seed since it's November 5th today, 4th today. I almost forgot, never forget, never remember. 5th of November. Here's a medicinal garden. Ooh, horseradish. That's a tough one to keep in one place. They say that it gallops underground is why they call it horseradish. Amoraceae rusticana, which is actually in the Brassicaceae family. Interesting. And there's a purple coneflower that's not there, echinacea. Turmeric. Ooh, turmeric grows here. Awesome. That's a good one. Medicinal garden. I wish it actually said what they're for, but here they got a ginkgo tree. They got a bird's eye pepper that's not there. I forget what that fern is. Ichroma. Violet churcher? Somebody tell me what that is. I know that it's not that, because that's comfrey. I don't think the plant is actually here, but curious as to what that might be. Yeah, there's a sign that says comfrey. Symphytum officinale. There's obviously aloe. Medicinal plant aloe vera. Apply to burns. Okay, that one does say something on it. The other ones don't say what they're for or why. And the tiny little kitchen garden. I guess there was that other one with the sweet potatoes and the culinary herbs, the European culinary herbs. That said it was a kitchen garden also. Ooh, here's a good one. The aromatic garden. We looked at that one that was just a sage garden, but this has a variety of aromatic loveliness, such as roses, which are edible. Here's a Russian sage. The sage garden had a Mexican sage. Here comes a worker. Here's a potato vine on the arch. Very nice. I like these brick planters. This is probably supposed to be some kind of permaculture spiral herb garden. It's got lavender and Melissa officinalis, the lemon balm, that which is like delicious to make tea and stuff. Got winter. It says winter savory, but that's cilantro. Wild bergamot. Bergamot is the most delicious tea. I don't know if you're a tea fan like me, but love tea and chocolate are my favorites. Got these little buckets of mint. This is actually a good way to keep mint in check, so that you have, you can put a pot of mint, but it'll stay. Sorry, there was a bee coming after my arm there. It'll stay moister probably in a situation like this, rather than, because it can get some moisture from deeper down. This is more like a sleeve that probably goes down a few feet so that the roots don't, because they have runners that they'll spread with. So yeah, like peppermint, it'll eventually, if you don't trim off the edges, it'll jump over and start going. So it takes some maintenance to keep it contained, but that's a pretty decent way to do that if you don't want it running around your garden everywhere. I'm looking for pineapple sage, which I'm not finding. Absolutely one of my favorites. Also lemon verbena. Since I saw the lemon balm, I really wanted to see lemon verbena because that one is one of my favorite all-time ones to crush up and smell or taste. It's like lemon drop candy. So that's it for this area. We got the train garden we did, the Japanese garden, the fruit and vegetable garden was in the video before this, and then we did the aromatic and the medicinal and another little pocket kitchen garden. Next we'll go down here in the next video and see more loveliness. See you there.